I remember Conor Benn was calling out Ryan Garcia right after the Prograis fight a couple months back, and it looks like this fight got signed officially. It came through, and it's a good fight. I'm looking forward to this one. I remember there was also talks too. I remember Shakur Stevenson got out of the ring too and was talking trash to Conor Benn. That would have been a good fight too. But this is a good fight also, so I'm not complaining. It's a good stylistic matchup. Both are heavy hitters. Both got bombs in those hands. Conor Benn, he's been fighting at 154 and 160 lately, so I believe this is at 147, so this is going to be his first fight at welterweight in a while. His last fight was against Regis Prograis, who was a career 140 pounder. Moved him up 2 weight classes, I believe, to 154. No, he fought Devin Haney I think at 147, right? Regis Prograis? I believe he did. So he moved up a weight class, but Regis Prograis, he historically has been fighting at 140 pounds. So he fought a smaller man, and he couldn't get him out of there, And his legs looked bad at that fight too. His balance looked off. So Conor Benn's supposed to be this big puncher, but he couldn't get this guy out of there. So it's gonna be interesting to see if his power shows up in this Ryan Garcia fight. Ryan Garcia, he's coming off a good win against Mario Barrios. Barrios' last fight before that, he went the distance. He earned a draw in this fight versus Pacquiao. Not a good look, because Pacquiao, he's up there in age. He's like damn near 50. But Pacquiao's a legend, so maybe we can give that a pass. He fought someone on the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul undercard. He got a draw there. But no, he's fought like Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios. He fought Keith Thurman. He fought Tank Davis. He fought Ugas, knocked him out. He's been in there with some good fighters, and Ryan Garcia, he did the best against him. Dropped him in like the first minute of the first, I believe it was like the first minute of the first round in that fight. Pretty much won every single round, every moment of that fight. So that was a good win for Ryan Garcia. Before that, he lost to Rolly. He didn't look like he was himself. He just looked off that fight, I don't know what was going on, but we got to give full credit for Rolly for doing that. So Ryan Garcia is pretty inconsistent. It's going to be interesting to see which version of Ryan Garcia we get for this fight. As of right now, I'm going to go with Ryan Garcia. I haven't really been too impressed with Conor Benn. What's his best win so far? I think it's been against Chris Eubank, right? Who was kind of weight drained, was past his best kind of. I know he moved up a couple weight classes for that fight, but he wasn't fighting like an elite top 160 pound guy. This is a guy who, like I said, was weight drained and kind of jaded. Ryan Garcia, I know he had the drug scandal with Devin Haney. That fight was a no contest, but he has a little bit more credible wins than Conor Benn. We've seen him in against, I don't know the height and reach off the top of my head, but I think Ryan Garcia, he's taller, lengthier, We know Ryan Garcia, he's got that left hook. He showed in the Barrios fight too. He's got that right hand also on top of that. And we've seen his power at 147. We know Ryan Garcia, he could hit hard at 147. That's not a question. Conor Benn, ever since he got popped for whatever he took, when he failed that PED performance, we haven't really seen that power like that, lately. I know that power showed against Chris Eubank, but again, this is a guy who was kind of weight drained at the weight that they fought at. But he couldn't get Regis Prograis out of there, So I'm not convinced that he can hit like massively hard against like an elite welterweight. We haven't seen him in against anybody elite so far. We have seen Ryan against elite opposition, or at least like top 5, top 10 people at lightweight 140, 147. So Ryan Garcia, he's more proven. I think he's got more in the toolbox than Conor Benn. I think he's lengthier. I think he's probably going to get the job done. So we're going to have to see what happens. It's a good fight. Both can kind of talk shit. So it's going to be, fun to watch. Let's see what happens in the press conferences and the weigh-ins and stuff like that. This fight is also for the Zuffa title, I believe. So Dana White's going to be involved too. So he's pretty entertaining also. He's fun. He talks a lot of shit. So it should be like a fun build-up to watch too. And then the fight, I think, will be a lot of fun too. But I think Ryan Garcia, probably by decision. It's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. But yeah, Punjabi Marciano, and I'm out.